Oh, really? Oh, really? WB. Oh, really? Let's check this out here. Warner Brothers reportedly regrets Zack Snyder's Justice League release. You regret releasing the definitive edition of Justice League? The better version of the movie? The one that everyone says is the best one. Flushed out story, better action, better everything. That's what you regret releasing. Or do you not? Is it that you regret releasing it? You should have released it first. Maybe this whole debacle is what you regret. Because you know people, after getting a taste of what the man can do unrestrained, now they want more of it. Let's see here. The demand for Zack Snyder's Justice League has been high following the lackluster response to the movie's theatrical cut in 2017. After a solid grassroots campaign online, which even Justice League cast members took part of, the famed 4-hour director's cut was released on HBO Max in 2021. Hashtag release to air cut too. Since then, many have theorized that Warner Brothers could potentially move forward with the Snyderverse, especially after the positive reception and high demand for its continuation. I mean, hell, Black Adam looks very familiar to me. Looks reminiscent of Zack Snyder's look. Superman and Lois in several episodes. Looks very, especially that first season when I started reacting, I was like, this looks like Zack Snyder stuff. Like someone's trying to emulate him. And a few people wrote me, they're all, yeah, like the director, he really likes Zack Snyder's stuff. I think even, I may be wrong, but there was some Shazam parts that I saw where I was like, this is a little Zack Snyderish. Maybe it's the second trailer. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is the man's style has influenced other directors working for the WB, now the WBD. Since then, many have theorized that Warner Brothers could potentially move forward with the Snyderverse, especially after the positive. However, Jim Lee, one of my favorite comic book artists of all time, the publisher and chief creative officer at DC Comics, recently shared a disappointing update that I've already read about. And he said that there's no plans to go further with the Snyderverse. But I always said, for now. We'll see. But for now, Jim Lee ain't heard nothing. Given that the state of DCEU is in flux, there's no word on how the Snyderverse fits into the puzzle. Now, another discouraging update about the topic has emerged online. In a recent report about DC's future challenges with Warner Bros. Discovery, Variety revealed that studio insiders have shared regret over the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max in 2021. Studio insiders. So these were people inside the studio that have heard stuff. Instead of silencing the grassroots online campaign to release the Snyder Cut, they would have never heard the end of it. The outlet's sources claimed that the 4-hour HBO Max feature only further entrenched the Snyderverse fan base against the leadership at the studio and at DC in particular. Yes, it did. It made us think that you don't know what you're doing, and it's the truth. I'm a person that thinks, likes to think logically, and in reality, I don't know who's responsible for those decisions. Okay, I just know that WB has been a powerhouse for a long time and has brought us many great movies in the past. So I know that not all decisions are bad that come out of WB. However, the decision not to let that man do what he knew was right for the movie, it turned out to be bad. Very bad. And then it makes us think, if you made these bad decisions on this movie, then there is a chance you have misstepped with the Ayer cut, which we haven't seen yet. You have misstepped with maybe many of, who knows, maybe even the Green Lantern and a bunch of other movies that aren't superhero movies. It's like, and it makes me think, just as a consumer and a fan of movies, that there should always be a theatrical and a director's cut of every movie out there. Always. Just so we can see the director's original idea, and vision for their movie. Leading WB insiders to lament that Zack Snyder's Justice League never should have happened. And it should have happened. Long movies like that can be a success. Just look at stuff like Ten Commandments and Ben-Hur back in the day. They can be a huge success. All you have to do is structure their release properly. Stop with this whole hour and a half, 2 hour, it has to be, you gotta cut it down. You don't have to. It's not turning tables at a restaurant. Okay? Please the people, and the people will continue to come back to the theater to watch it. Just release it longer. If you want to do that, more days released. Look, hey, these are ideas coming off the top of my head. I'm not a movie exec. I don't know, but I'm throwing stuff at the wall. See what sticks. In a related report from Rolling Stone, the outlet claimed that the new heads of Warner Brothers Discovery have no intention of reviving the Snyderverse or partnering with director Zack Snyder in the future. So you claim. Furthermore, Rolling Stone sources unveiled that the studio has already taken deliberate steps to separate itself from Snyder and his Justice League cut, including limiting documentary filmmaker Leslie Works from using footage from the 2021 movie. So there's a documentary coming out about this whole thing. What's next for Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse? Well, Zack is busy, very busy with what, Rebel Moon is it? And with Netflix. So who knows? The latest report presents another nail in Snyderverse coffin as it further cemented the fact that it will not continue anymore. This is reportedly happening despite the continued support of its diehard fan base. Very large diehard fan base. It's understandable that Warner Bros. Discovery has its regrets over the Snyder Cut release, mainly because it served as a beacon of hope. That's right. To the Snyderverse fans, that the version will continue afterwards. In addition, it also had a negative effect on the studio as they have become the subject of online pressure to still move forward with the Snyderverse. At this stage, it is unknown what's next for Zack Snyder in the DC realm, considering the director is busy with other projects such as Rebel Moon. Despite that, the remnants of the Snyderverse, like Ben Affleck's Batman and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, are set to live on in the next slate of the DCEU movies, meaning that there is still a semblance of legacy. Very true. Given the large presence of the multiverse, particularly particularly in The Flash, there's still a chance that the Snyderverse gets acknowledged on screen as a potential alternate future of the DCEU. But you know what I say. You know what I say. You're doing multiverse stuff. The smart thing to do is to release multiple movies, all based around these characters in different universes, so that the whole fan base is happy. That makes sense to me. Well, look at Marvel and Sony. They're doing 3 different Spider-Mans. 3 different Spider-Mans. 3 different Spider-Men, if you will. If you don't like Tom Holland, you like Andrew Garfield, he's there. If you don't like Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire's there. Almost forgot. If you like 2 and you don't like 1, then you still got the other 2. Everybody can be happy with their Spider-Man, and they've even got Miles Morales in animated form on the big screen, just in case you don't like all 3 of them and you only like the Spider-Verse. Look how everyone is happy, because no matter what, everybody's Spider-Man is on screen. Follow that, WB. Hey, look, I want the best for all fans and the companies. I want y'all all putting out banger hits so that the fan base, no matter what, is happy and we continue to get everything we want. And y'all can even try new stuff with other movies because you're doing multiverse stuff. So even if we don't like it, you try it, chuck it out, and continue to put out what works. That's it. Hire me, all right? Hire me as a consultant. Pay me well, too. I'm giving this advice for free, though. Trust me. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I'm telling you, I'm giving you some good shit. I ain't got all the answers, but I got some good ideas. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction to this news and my thoughts, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. 10 million subscribers. Woo!